And now, a thought from man. I never thought I'd come across a series that was so punny. But the pilot, The Weeklings, honestly, it's just a very nice and charming idea. It just has a nice feel to it as you watch it. You just find yourself just sitting back and enjoying these situations that happen. Kind of feels like a nice breath of fresh air, honestly. The pilot was created by a guy named Jammy who worked with a lot of his friends from the college he attended to make the series. It was Kickstarter funded, and the main idea behind this concept is the days of the weeks personified. This also includes holidays, which honestly gets some pretty nice jokes out of it. I even like this one joke they have with Labor Day.
Sorry, Labor Day.
So you end up getting a lot of nice puns and even just all around nice humor from the series based on this idea of personified days of the weeks. It just has a really nice feel to it. The main characters of the series are basically just the days of the weeks. You got your Monday, your Tuesday, your Wednesday, your Thursday, your Friday, your Saturday, your Sundays. And these characters invoke those days pretty well. You feel like these are the days of the weeks if these were actually people you could interact with. They just capture the feeling of those days to a T. Like Mondays feel like a chore, Fridays are what everybody loves, Saturdays are pretty cool. All this just feels right, honestly. The way these characters are, you just feel like, yeah, if these days were a person, that's that person right there. I just really like how they do that, especially how they do Monday, because Monday is just honestly funny. And it's kind of ironic, because a lot of people are like, ugh, Mondays. But here, you're actually gonna like Monday. I didn't think it was really possible, but you're gonna end up really liking Monday in this show. She's just so crazy and weird, you can't find yourself hating her by any means.
I don't know, Gargle. How will I know when the coolness washes over me? The coolness.
How we doing over here, Monday? Sorry, half day.
The dialogue is really a major strong point for this pilot. It basically puts a smile on my face as I'm watching it. Just seeing these characters talk to each other and have such weird conversations, it's just enjoyable. You just find yourself smiling throughout the whole thing. And it kind of helps even more by having Monday have this weird dialect. She just says such random lines and they're so out of context that it's like, I wonder what would happen if I said this to somebody randomly while I'm having a conversation with them. You just want to see what that person's reaction is going to be because this dialogue is so out of context. You're just going to be like, what the fuck does that mean? I feel like the writers just wanted to have fun saying these random out of nowhere lines. And I honestly appreciate a series that can have fun with itself.
Let's keep practicing. What's going on, dude?
What's grilling, Mr. Sheriff?
Hey, what's happening?
Hoppin' Day Hat Man, what's the haystacks?
Sup?
Sit down.
Greetings may not be your strong point.
The all-around humor for this series is it's pleasant, honestly. It's just very, very pleasant. It's this nice, clean humor. It's just very enjoyable to just sit back and watch. And it honestly has nice gut busters for jokes. Like, some of these things just get very nice laughs out of me. It does revolve around a lot of puns that are based around the days of the weeks and holidays and whatnot, but it's so well comedically timed and just executed perfectly.
This is awesome!
Maybe we should try being cool slower.
Good idea.
And another thing I really enjoy about this is that it doesn't rely on any pop culture jokes. It knows we should be more timeless, something that anybody can watch at any time. It could end up finding a following generations down the line, and I always appreciate when series go for a timeless feel. That's just something that a lot of series tend not to do, and I just appreciate this series for going that route.
Cool, very cool.
It doesn't really have the best animation, but it's a Kickstarter pilot, so of course that's kind of expected. it still looks pretty good and it's cleaned up pretty nicely, so it works for the most part. And honestly, it does what every pilot should do, and that's introduce the concept. It shouldn't look that nice, because if it looks that nice and it doesn't even get picked up, it's like you put all that effort in for nothing. It's going more for a low risk, high reward type of goal. And honestly, that's kind of the best. If you put too much money and time into your pilot and it doesn't get picked up, you basically just wasted a lot of time. Here, it's just straight up, it's a bit low budget, but it makes up for this by having really good characters, a really good concept, and just really good humor. And that's honestly the best way to go about making a pilot. A lot of these networks will put too much money and time into the pilots and then they don't even get picked up, and it's like, well, you wasted your time and money. But here it's made on a decent enough budget that it's not too big of a risk, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't feel like time was wasted. And it's kind of great that it's independently funded and done by these people who really wanted to do this. I do like it when a passion project gets made and it's done the way the original creators intend for it to be made. That's just something I always like.
This is huge!
This is just a pretty good pilot, and I'm hoping networks are paying attention to it because really, it's just very good. It's enjoyable, people could sit down and follow along just fine. It has nice comedy to it and nice characters. That's just something I really enjoy about this series the most. And I'm just hoping if it does get picked up, networks won't meddle with it. The concept itself is just something it can live off of alone. It doesn't need any dumbass tweaking like, oh, we need to throw in pop culture references because you gotta be hip with the kids. That never works, okay? Just get that in your heads. Pop culture references kill a series. It ends up dating the series, and the generations before and after are going to be completely lost and turn it off, okay? Just understand that. So really, if this gets picked up, I want networks to understand, leave it the way it is. The concept alone, it can live off of. That's all it needs. Just let the creators create this the way they want it to be created. This is a very timeless pilot that has very nice characters and very nice humor, especially Monday, who, like I said, ironically, you'll like. The creators themselves are planning more with this, and I honestly hope to see more. I would like to see, say, some international holidays thrown into the mix. That honestly would be a nice way to introduce more cultures. And Gabriel Mack himself has said he wants to introduce international holidays as a way to introduce different cultures, and I want to see how he goes about executing that idea. It's very interesting, and I just want to see how he pulls that off. I do hope we get more of this, because this is just a very pleasant pilot, and I really enjoy this a lot. But that's just a thought.
So you can rock this party.